Football is back in the state of Michigan, and we got highlights. Huge matchup in the city, the suburbs, north, south, east, and west. Volleyball, golf, soccer, and swimming too. State Champs Michigan starts now. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Lauren Plant back here in the studio to present everything that we covered last week in the state of Michigan. This is your hub to the best high school sports coverage in the Wolverine State. We're presented by Lawrence Tech. We've got our first candidates in this year's Mr. Football and Anvil Award races presented by Hungry Howie's. That's coming up. And the MHSAE Minute talks about some new rule changes in soccer. We've got a lot of show, so let's go.
I'm Mike Erlitis. We take you to Thursday night football action from the OAA. The Highlanders of Rochester Adams sporting their all-gold gear as they host the Raiders from North Farmington. We take you to the first. North Farmington down 7-0 with the ball. QB Jacob Busamra takes it to the air. He connects with Justin Bryant for 49 yards. Raiders down 7-6. We stay in the first. Adams in the red zone and capitalizing. Junior Griffin Hankey goes untouched for 6 more as the Highlanders take a 14-6 lead after 1. Second quarter was all North Farmington. Busamra finds Aaron Rice in the end zone. Adams lead down to just 1. Still in the second, and the Raiders strike again. This time on the ground as Rashad Green punches it in for another score. North Farmington takes the lead at the half, 20-14. After the break, Adams turns it back around. Nick Traficante up the gut to tie this one up at 20 after 3 quarters of play. In the fourth, Highlanders look again to the senior Traficante, and he delivers, powering his way to pay dirt as Adams goes up 27-20. The visiting Raiders refusing to back down. Check out Justin Whitehorn changing directions, taking it 20 yards for the TD, tying this up at 27, and it would stay that way, so we're headed to OT. Raiders would get the ball first and draw blood first. North Farmington takes a 34-27 lead. Highlanders chance to match, and they punch it in for the 2-yard score. Adams down 34-33. They decide to go for the win on their home turf, but the Raiders D comes up with the goal line stuff on the 2-point conversion. That's your ball game as North Farmington tops Rochester Adams in dramatic fashion by a final score of 34-33.
I'm Kevin Trzynski reporting from Oak Park High School for this OAA Red Division matchup as the Knights hosted the West Bloomfield Lakers. Last year's game had the Lakers come out on top 2014, but this is a new season and the boys are ready to play. It did not take long for the first score of the game. Under center, senior Alex Short fakes the handoff and he will dash his way into the end zone for the 18-yard keep and score. However, the missed extra point has West Bloomfield up 6-0. How about the race for Mr. Football? Senior running back Donovan Edwards is a candidate, and here he is in the Wildcat formation from 1 yard out, busting through for the TD, and the Lakers lead 13-0 at the end of the first. Lakers QB Short was injured the previous play, so here's Edwards under center, a nice fake with the rack, and he has his eyes set for the end zone and gets the job done. West Bloomfield added 5 more points via field goal and safety, Lakers pulling away 25-0. Under a minute left in the half, Short back under center, takes the snap, and he heaves this one to a shrieking senior Emmanuel Mitchell, and that right there is a slick 20-yard score. West Bloomfield taking full control up 32-0. This night belonged to the Lakers and Mr. Football candidate Donovan Edwards. Here he is taking it home. West Bloomfield opens the season in dominating fashion as they defeat Oak Park 39-0, your final score.
I'm Mike Erlitis. Wayne State the site for a Saturday afternoon Catholic League matchup between the Warriors of Brother Rice taking on the hosting De La Salle Collegiate Pilots. The Pilots getting out to an early advantage in this one. Senior QB Joseph Ford on the keeper, taking this one over 50 yards for the score. They would also add a field goal on their next drive, making it 9-0 De La Salle after one. Second quarter, Brother Rice responds. QB Jake Coulter finds a wide-open Cole Lacanaria in the end zone for 6. Warriors still trailing as we head into the half, 9-6. Rice riding their momentum into the third. Coulter connects with Henry Garrity for 55 yards as the Warriors take the lead for the first time, 13-9 going into the fourth. Pilots D coming up big in the last quarter of play. Brett Stanley picks it off and takes it in for a TD. Pilots back in the lead at 16-13. We go late in the fourth. Kicker Owen Party keeping the party alive for the Warriors as he splits the uprights, sending this one to OT. Rice with the ball first, and again it's Party hitting the field goal to bring Rice up 19-16. Pilots Brady Lowe matches with a field goal of his own as we head to a second OT, all tied up at 19. De La Salle offense up first this time. Ford on the keeper for another 6. The extra point would be blocked, so Pilots up 25-19. Rice's rebuttal would come from the combo of Coulter to Lacanaria once again, tying this one up at 25 apiece. Rice just needing the extra point for the win. The snap is botched, but Rocco Milia takes it in for the 2-point conversion. Brother Rice tops De La Salle in 2 overtime sessions by a final score of 27-25.
Back inside the studio, and I'm joined once again by a man who really needs no introduction. You may have seen him on Fox 2. You've followed his radio career from WDFN through WJR and everywhere in between. He's been a member of the State Champs fam for years now. Podcasts, Hockey Time, and my sidekick as we begin yet another race for the State Champs Mr. Football Hardware. Sean Belizean, we did not think we'd be talking football this fall, but here we are. What a strange journey.
Well, it is, no doubt about it. I mean, I'm happy because the journey ended where we all wanted it to end, and we got football back, baby.
Absolutely. So Hungry Howie's back once again as the presenting sponsor, and we are truly grateful. What's your favorite crust?
Cajun all day. Sprinkle it all over the pizza. Trust me. Thank me later.
I'm personally partial to the Asiago cheese, but I like the Cajun. A great Michigan company, and Mr. Football is a great Michigan tradition. Since 2007, we've engaged the high school football fans to participate in a season-long competition that always has a few twists and turns and always comes down to a very difficult decision as to who will be the champion. Our past champions include Lowell's Torsten Boss, Sterling Heights Stevenson's Jason Fracassa, Farmington Hills Harrison's Tommy Vento, Oxford's Prescott Line, Port Huron's Mark Chapman, Ithaca's Travis Smith, Brother Rice's Alex Malzone, Martin Luther King's Donnie Corley, Walled Lake Western's Cody White, Muskegon's Ladarius Jefferson, King's DeQuan Finn, and the reigning champion, Muskegon's Cameron Martinez. An impressive collection of champions indeed. Coming up on your screen is this year's first top 10 candidates. Based on our criteria, guys will fall off and others will ascend into the race. Sean, you have 2 guys you'd like to profile here at Week 1.
Yeah, incredible list, and this list is going to be added to this year. After much deliberation, there's our 10. I'm talking about 2 today. How about Davison? Brendan Sullivan, what else can this guy do for an encore? My goodness gracious, last year the kid did it all. 6'3", 200-pound quarterback, led Davison to their first championship in football ever in 2019. Over 3,000 yards through the air, 33 scores. Oh, by the way, he's not done yet. 400 yards on the ground with 11 more scores. He may have saved his best for last in that championship game against Brighton. He was unbelievable. He had a touchdown pass. He had 2 touchdown runs, 3 scores total. What more could you ask for? This kid is primed for a massive 2020 season, and he is committed to Northwestern for 2020. How about Jace Williams, wide receiver out of Grand Rapids Catholic Central? Oh, by the way, another state championship. The Cougars, they've been on fire. They've won 3 of 4. But of course, Jace, a prominent part of the 2019 championship. Both he and the Cougars look to continue to do big things. Now, a lot of eyes are going to be on this guy, Lauren, because he still hasn't committed yet. He's got a commitment list this long of offers. So it's going to be a very interesting scenario to see where Jace Williams ends up in his career in 2021.
No doubt. An amazing program the Cougars have built over the last decade. They are the favorites until they're not.
Yep.
When you go into it every year. And what can you say about Sullivan? What Davison did was unprecedented. We have actual rankings in the preseason with Davison coming in on some lists as the number 1 team in the state. I've never seen that, and it is in large part to what Sullivan has done. We will profile 2 more guys next week. In the meantime, the State Champs Mr. Football Award is the only major award in the state of Michigan where you fans have a say. Your vote matters. Go to statechampsnetwork.com and vote for your candidate, and the top vote can never be removed. When we are deciding guys going out or in, the voting matters. Right?
Yeah, it does. And I'll tell you what, as we always like to say, the list is fluid. You're going to see some changes, but the one thing that remains consistent is you can be a part of it. So get out there and vote.
There you go. We're just happy that high school football is back here in the mitten. Stay tuned. It's going to be another exciting race.
I'm Jenna Rose, and we go to the Holland West Ottawa Girls Golf Jamboree out at the Mac Legends Golf Course in Holland, Michigan. We begin on the 8th hole, and this is Emily Johnson from Holland West Ottawa knocking in the short putt. The Panthers would finish in 7th. Staying on the 8th, it's the freshman Elise Fennell from East Kentwood with her 3rd shot, gets the chip within a few feet of the cup. She would knock it in for par. Fennell had the low round of the day with a 2 under 34 for 9 holes. Falcons would end up 6th. Going to the 9th, Grand Haven Samantha Campbell, Katie Constant, and Zoe Spolman would make their short putts. The Bucks as a team would finish in 5th. We go back to the 8th, and this is Maddie Albrecht from Hudsonville getting the putt to go in. Next up, Emma Krajnicki from Granville had this par, and she gets it to go. She shot a 39. Granville and Hudsonville finished in a tie for 3rd. We still stay on the 8th. Cameron Asper from Caledonia taps in this putt. The Fighting Scots would be your runner-up. Because this day would belong to Rockford, Jessica Jolly for the Rams makes her par putt. She finished with a 1 over 37. Next up, it would be her teammate Mackenzie Davison on the same hole, saving par. Then we had Bridget Palmer with this birdie attempt from the fringe, and it goes in. She shot a 39 as Rockford goes on to win the Jamboree. We stay on the west side of Michigan as the girls' swimming season is now in full gear. This was a tri-meet between Grand Haven, Holland Christian, and Wayland. And we begin with the opening race of the night, the 200 medley relay. It was a battle all the way to the end between the anchors, Ocean Veldhouse from Grand Haven and Maria Harris from Holland Christian. Bottom of your screen, it would be Veldhouse getting to the wall first by 0.6 seconds. Next to the 200 IM. Another great finish to this one between Zoe Diekevit and Georgia Basel. And top of your screen, it would be Diekevit that wins it by 0.37 seconds. Moving ahead to the 100 butterfly, it would be Diekevit and Basel going toe-to-toe once again. And Diekevit would edge it out for her 2nd victory on the night. Now to the 100 free, Springer from Grand Haven would get out in front and never look back as she goes on in for the 2-second win. More from Grand Haven in the 100 backstroke as Mary Springer would cruise on into victory. Holland Christian would respond in the breaststroke, and it's Dikovitz once again going in for her third win. And it would be too much Grand Haven on this night. Grace Ackerman anchored the last leg in the 400 free relay, and she goes on in for the win for the Bucks. As Grand Haven would take the tri-meet over Holland Christian and Wayland.
I'm Lauren Plants, and we go to boys soccer, an Oakland Activities Association Red Division matchup. The Berkeley Bears at home versus Birmingham Seahome. Berkeley, coming off a 14-2-4 season in 2019, lost to the eventual D1 state champs Troy Athens in the district finale. The freshman Owen Stone feeds it over to Miko Rubio, and the senior drills it into the back of the net. They added another goal later. It was a 2-0 game. 18 minutes to go before the break. Check out the throw-in from the sophomore Henry Robertson over the keeper, and Stone taps it in. Bears roaring up by 3 at halftime. And as night fell, Bears feeling really good. Definitely in a groove. Awarded the free kick. Picture perfect play here. The senior TJ Withrow. Bang! Berkeley wins its first game of the season by shutting out Seahome 4-0.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and we check out some action from the Red Division. A rivalry game as the Big Reds from Chippewa Valley welcomed in the Dakota Cougars. They split last year with the Big Reds winning in the regular season, but Dakota taking the dub in the playoffs. First quarter and the Cougars came out hot. Caden Sloan calls his own number, he'll bounce it to the outside and take it all the way down to the 2. And that would set him up 2 plays later behind a big push from his O-line to find the end zone. A missed PAT puts Dakota up 6-0 after 1. In the second, Cougars would turn on the aerial attack. Zach Drosky finding Clinton Robertson on a skinny post, that puts him down to the 5. And who else but Sloan capping it off 3 plays later, Dakota feeling good, up 13. But back come the Big Reds. Ryan Schuster in shotgun. He's going to find Maddox Altamirano across the middle, and he'll do the rest. Sprint to the corner, and he'll get in from 45 yards out. Big Reds on the board, trailing 13-7. Chip not done yet. Just before the break and knocking on the door, Schuster with a give to Zion Mitchell, and he'll pound it in. Big Reds up 14-13 at the break. Cougars would score to open the third, and the Big Reds answer right back. Jack Donovan in the game on 3rd and long. He's going to hit Altamirano over the middle, slips past one tackle, and he is gone. 60-yard score, a missed point after had us tied at 20 in the 4th. And with a minute left, Cougars drive down the field but stall. Colin Kralip lighting up the 40-yarder. He'll split the uprights, putting Dakota back in front. One last chance for the Big Reds. Schuster trying to make something happen, but he's going to get picked off by the state champs Mr. Football candidate, DJ Stepney, just for insurance. He'll bring this one all the way back for the pick 6, and Dakota brings home the Superintendent's Trophy, beating Chippewa Valley 29-20, the final score.
Hey, I feel amazing. This is a dream come true. I love it. This is the best feeling in the world, especially doing it with my teammates that gave everything they got. I feel good, and I feel like you guys got it right. I feel like I'm one of the best players. I feel like I should be ranked higher, but I let my play doing the talking. That's what you can see tonight.
Jake Vanderbrook from the Northeast Michigan area. We're going to start you out in Rogers City. Alcona would capitalize early. They converted on 2 4th-down conversions, which would set up this touchdown from Gavin Walker, the Chris Barnes off the bootleg 2-point conversion, no good. 6-0 after 1. The Hurons tried to get the offense rolling in the second, but Isaac Hines' only mistake of the night was this. His pass gets intercepted by Gavin Walker, which would give the Tigers excellent field positioning. Just under 2 minutes left in the second. Hine rolls left, looking for options. Throws it in the end zone and finds Dylan Cook for the touchdown. 2-point try, no good. We're tied at 6. But on the ensuing kickoff, you want special teams? We got you covered. Jacob Sidetech would take this kickoff 83 yards to the house. Goodbye. Alcona would tack on 6 more before halftime, 18-6. was where we were at, but the Hurons would score 12 unanswered to tie this game up at 18, which included this fumble from Isaac Hine, but luckily for Rogers City, Anthony Paul would recover the fumble and was able to get in for 6, but this is the play of the game. 7 seconds left. Isaac Hine looking for options, takes a shot to the end zone, and Matt Newhouse comes away with the game-winning touchdown. Rogers City wins it on a walk-off as they defeat Alcona 24-18. Now the 8-man football, Hale taking on Atlanta. Atlanta up 8-0, but back comes Hale. Brendan Bernard just going to hand it off to David Wanty, who is able to score for 6. 2-point try, good. Tied up at 8. Back come the Huskies. Aaron Kazor is going to hit Trace Jurgens in the air, and he makes a couple guys miss for the score. 14-8 Atlanta. Jurgens again. This time he's going to run it, and no one is able to catch him. Touchdown Atlanta. They're up 21-8, but the Eagles wouldn't go away as Brendan Bernard is going to fake the handoff and find Jess Francisco in the back of the end zone for 6. But what a battle down in Hale as the Huskies hung on to beat the Eagles by a score of 26-14.
To the OK White, where Lowell and East Grand Rapids are once again in the same division. Great rivalry, and the Red Arrows start strong. They get a big interception from sophomore Connor Lixie on the deflection. Red Arrows take over. They're already up 6-0 at that point, and here comes Doak Dean keeping it and into the end zone. His second touchdown of the game. 13-0 Lowell at the half. And second half, they're going to ride Dean again with the keeper. He's into the end zone. Lowell knocks off East Grand Rapids 20-6.
Today we'd like to take a look at an important rules change for this year in soccer. We've all seen it before in a soccer game. A ball is kicked up the field but ricochets off an official and leads to a goal scoring opportunity. In the past, an official would swing his arms to indicate play on. A new rule, though, would stop play in order to limit this unintended advantage. New in 2020-21, if a ball touches the referee and it leads to a promising attack, then the referee must blow his whistle to stop play and restart with a drop ball. He should also use a drop ball in 2 other instances: if the ball hits the official and possession changes, or if a ball hits the official and it goes into the goal. To keep up with all things soccer, visit our website at mhsa.com.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
I'm Kevin Trzynski reporting from the Red Turf Field at Orchard Lake St. Mary's as the Eaglets hosted the Warriors of Walled Lake Western. Both teams want that first dub of the season, but who wants it more? First quarter action and OLSM just outside the red zone. Junior running back Tommy Boss beats 3 Warriors en route to the end zone, and that 21-yard score gives St. Mary's the early lead at 7-0. Now, with just seconds left in the half, the Warriors look to carry the momentum at the break. Senior quarterback and Mr. Football candidate Zach Trainer drops back and dumps the screen pass to junior running back Thomas Young. Makes one guy miss and he will hit pay dirt. Warriors tie this game up 7-all at halftime. The second half was a different story. OLSM would score on the opening drive of the half thanks to junior Tommy Boss. He had an outstanding game, getting his second TD on the 37-yard score. Boss amassed 149 yards on 17 carries, and the Eaglets are up 14-7. St. Mary's continues to dominate the run game as they creep down to the 2-yard line, but this time senior Lance Hilly getting the rock and busting his way into the end zone. OLSM dominating the second half, up 21-7. Ground and pound is the name of the game for the Eaglets. Hilly gets his second TD on the night at the goal line as Orchard Lake St. Mary scores 21 unanswered in the second half. 28-7 your final score.
Hey, let's get after it tonight, guys. Let's have fun. Here we go.
Downriver football. Wyandotte Roosevelt revved up as they took the short trip to battle the Woodhaven Warriors. The visiting Bears have not beaten Woodhaven in 3 seasons. First quarter, Warriors going for it on 4th down. Ashton Molman's pass picked off by Jalen Pitchford. And I'm here to tell you, they ain't gonna get him. The senior rips 55 yards the other way. Bears led 7-0 after the first.
I don't play defense, so I'm a quarterback, so I don't play defense, but Coach asked me to step up this week, and it was my first series playing defense this week, and I got a pick 6. I just see the ball because I played quarterback, so I read it, and then I just took the ball and ran, and somehow I made it to the end zone because my teammates say I'm slow, but I guess I was fast on that play.
Woodhaven, known for their ground and pound attack, opening up the offense in 2020. Molman hits Ryan Shapaniak, the senior, going to work, 35-yard touchdown. Late in the half now, Bears looking to capitalize off a Woodhaven turnover. Pitchford buying time, lets it fly. The junior Richard Clark coming back to the ball. That's what you're taught, kids. 30-yard gain. Same drive. Bears on the doorstep. The junior Logan McGraw pushes through. Roosevelt went into halftime leading 14-7. Woodhaven averaged nearly 40 points a game last season, but the Bears defense too hungry. Warriors go down. Wyandotte Roosevelt wins the opener on the road. 17-7 the final.
Let's go, baby. State champs, man. Yeah.
Man, that feels great, man. It's my last year playing high school football, and from everybody that I listen to, from my families and everybody, they say that playing high school football is the best experience you have in your life. So I'm just glad that Governor Whitmer reversed our order, and MHSA, they worked together and let us play, man. Because 2 weeks, we ain't have no season.
We go to volleyball for a Huron League showdown as the defending Division III state champs, Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central, brought in their longtime rivals, the Jets from Carlton Airport. This was the annual Teal Attack game, standing together against ovarian cancer. They honored Monroe SMCC coach Karen O'Brien, who fought and won her battle with the disease twice already. All right, Karen. Second game of the season for the defending and overall 6-time state champion Kestrels. Pick things up first set. SMCC in the far court. Grace Lipford with the quick dish to Kylie Barron, who slaps it through the hands of the defense. Carlton Airport advanced as far as the Division II district finals a year ago. Jets come into 2020 a young squad, just 4 seniors. One of them, Ashley Peterson, who gets it up and over with success. But the Kestrels would prevail in the opener. Lipford is there to set it up for Ashley Dean, who smacks it down. They carried that momentum into the second. Abby Koslow sends it into the corner for the kill. Kestrels up 2-0, gunning for the sweep. Airport not backing down. Following another really good rally, senior Elena Jones in front to put it away after the dig for the winner. But too much SMCC. Kate Collinsworth to Audrey Cousineau, the smackdown. Lipford for the Kestrels had a game-high 22 assists. Here to Barron, whose hammer too hot to handle. So on a night for a good cause for all, Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central sweeps Airport in 3 sets.
This is a really big event, so we wanted to play our best and play for Coach O'Brien because we do it for her, but it's a team thing too, so we had to come out strong.
It's really special when the Teal Attack comes around. We always get really fired up because we get to play our rival Airport, and it's just a really big event.
Back once again in the studio, and we are thrilled to have the coach, Tim Beckler, back in the fold for the second straight year as we kick off the 3rd annual State Champs Anvil Award race. Coach B is a Michigan High School Coaches Hall of Famer. A tremendous career, primarily at Canton High School. Now he's the AD at Salem High School, a job he took over midway through the last school year. This pandemic has no doubt brought you some days of pandemonium, I'm sure.
No question. It's been intensive, and I can't believe how much it's doubled our workload as far as ADs across the state, and coaches can attest to that. But you know what? We get our kids playing. get a few parents back in the stands and get some normalcy back. It is definitely worth all the time and extra work, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right, it's great to have you back. Hungry Howie's doing the honors again and presenting this prestigious honor as we take the season to determine, when it's all said and done, Tim, who will be the top linebacker or lineman in the state. And you have a lot of love for the men who man the trenches.
I certainly do. At Canton, I used to call our $1 million players our linemen, and the backs were the dime a dozen players. I tell you what, there's a skill that people do not appreciate unless you're a coach or the parent of one of those kids, how hard they have to work. And it's a skill to physically move somebody or dominate somebody over and over and over again, or to shed blocks or get off double teams. And it's a grit, it's a thankless job, it's a gritty job, and those are the men that make your football team.
Absolutely. It's what makes football great and unlike any other. Interesting that it was two linebackers who won the first two anvils, Chippewa Valley's Marcel Lewis and West Bloomfield's Cornell Wheeler. Time to reveal our first top 10 candidates of the season, and there's only one linebacker on our list so far. There are many of these guys who will play both ways, including two guys who most likely have at least a Final Four berth ahead of them. Why don't you get to the two guys you want to talk about today?
The first guy is Rocco Spindler from Clarkston. He's 6'5", 315 pounds. I love this kid last year. He is a throwback player. Rumor had it in the state championship game back in 2018 that he played the last 5 minutes of the game with a torn labrum. Plays both ways, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Can't double team this young man, and he is a mauler on the offensive line, and I'd love to see him just move people and finish guys with pancake blocks. You know, the other thing is he is committed to Notre Dame as a promise to his grandpa, who's a huge Notre Dame fan, and I too am a big Notre Dame fan. Okay. So I'm very happy to see that he's going there.
All right. And what about the big man at Belleville?
Damon Payne, 6'4", 295 pounds. He's lost about 20 pounds. Great pass blocker. He did not allow one sack the entire year last year, and that's really a difficult skill and a difficult stat to achieve. So that's impressive. Obviously, he's going to Alabama. That doesn't happen in these parts very often. In fact, the last kid from Michigan to sign with Alabama was back in 2008. And that was Mark Ingram, and boy, he was a great player. In fact, dating back to 2011, Alabama has only taken 9 recruits from the Midwest. 5 of those were from the state of Ohio, 0 from the state of Michigan. If Saban's interested in this young man, he's definitely legit.
Absolutely, and it's truly a testament to what they believe his talent can be. The SEC, like you said, just doesn't come here very often to get our guys, and they wanted him and they got him. Rocco Spindler has already made it known one of the things he wants to do before he moves on to the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame is bring home the anvil. He has called it out, and you know what? I love that. I love that. Make it known what you want. Get out there and do it. Now, just like the Mr. Football Award, the fans have a say in who stays in the race. Go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com. Vote for the guy you want to take home the hardware. The leading vote getter can never be removed. And let me tell you, some of these guys may fall off the list as others around the state catch our eye, work themselves into the top 10. Coach, let's do it again next week. Gentlemen, get after it. We're paying attention. Football is back, and so is the State Champs Michigan Extra Point podcast. The State Champs team bringing you recaps of the weekend, matchups to look forward to, as well as analysis of State Champs rankings and the Mr. Football and Anvil Award races. Extra Point drops Monday night all over the State Champs Network. Michigan Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Tech and by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Hungry Howie's. Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. One of the great advantages in getting your degree at Lawrence Tech are the several tools to help prepare you for a rewarding career once you graduate. The Office of Career Services offers a wide range of resources to help you navigate your job journey. Whether you need assistance with choosing a major, writing a resume, conducting a job search, alumni contacts, the Career Service Office is there to help you in every way. When considering a university, do the research. Will you get the individualized attention you deserve before you graduate? Do yourself a favor. Check out Lawrence Tech. It's easy. Go to ltu.edu today.
Guys, we've had ups and downs all season, all summer. You're playing, you're not playing, you're playing, okay? Like we talked about when we got back going, take advantage of every second, every minute, every time you get out there, make it right, take advantage of it.
The Davison Cardinals taking the field for the first time as the Division I defending state champions, opening up against the Flint Powers Catholic Chargers, who made the Division IV semifinals last year. It's Davison marching right down the field on its opening drive, all on runs. Tiavion Warren finishing the drive with the 25-yard run. The Cardinals score again on their next drive. Keeping it on the ground, it's Carter Kreiderman weaving his way up the middle for the 11-yard run. Up next, it's another Davison running back finding the end zone. Jalen Flowers scoring from a yard out to make it 22-0 in the first quarter. Quarterback Brendan Sullivan looking to join the fun. Number 6 looking for 6, throwing it deep downfield. But it's picked off by Jake Beauchamp, giving the Chargers defense the stop. That would not stop Sullivan, though. Next possession, the Northwestern commit goes deep again. And check out Deion Brown Jr. laying out with a great diving catch. That one is worth another look. Good for a 40-yard touchdown. Cards up 35-0 at the half. The Davison D just as dominant as the O. Watch the great hit by Gabe Smith, decleating Powers QB Austin Hamlin. The defense pitching a shutout while the offense continues to score. Jalen Flowers with his second touchdown of the night, showing off some moves and some speed for the 33-yard run. Brayton Lum caps off the scoring as the defending champs open strong with a 48-0 romp over Powers.
Yeah, it's a testament to how hard we worked and the guys we got in this team. It's crazy, you know. They got prepared for all these guys, and it's gonna be a fun year.
We're just fortunate to be playing. You know, kids played tough tonight. We made a lot of mistakes, and we obviously got to clean that up next week. But just great to be out here. I mean, obviously you could tell the kids. I mean, they're just, you know, extremely excited.
I'm Jason Hutton in the West Michigan area, where the game of the night turned out to be Jenison at Rockford in the OK Red. First game for Rams new head coach Brent Cummings, but it was Sam Watts making the big play. Huge hit, ball falls right in his lap. He's gone 68 yards to the end zone. Home team had a 7-3 lead. Late in the fourth quarter now, 4 minutes to go, and it's Jaden Van Dalsen for the Wildcats in from 2 yards out. Jenison has a 10-7 lead with only minutes to play, but Jackson Burkholder going to hit a 31-yard field goal in the last play of regulation. Tied at 10 and headed to overtime after Jenison made a field goal on its first possession. Rockford junior quarterback Zach Ahern wants to throw left. Going to tuck it and come all the way back to the right. It takes a dive to the pylon, and the Rams walk off with a thrilling 16-13 overtime win over Jenison. OK Green now defending Division II state champion Mona Shores on the road at rival Reese Puffer. After the Sailors recovered a fumble early in the first quarter, the handoff goes to Elijah Farnham around the end and in. 7-0 Shores. Make it 14-0 when Mark Konechny in at quarterback and hits Keandre Pierce on the short touchdown run. Sailors were running away with this one, and that would continue before the half. Outstanding senior quarterback Brady Rose from a yard out. He's in. Mona Shores wins big, 55-0 over Puffer.
Hey, y'all, this game one. I want all hitting. Hey, we owe them one.
Two Detroit public schools that have played each other most in their history. The 65th meeting in Week 1 between Cass Tech and Martin Luther King High School. Some fans allowed to witness this one on both sides of the stadium. They didn't sit much because this one would be an instant classic. The opening kickoff setting the tone. Sophomore Sterling Anderson Jr. breaks away from the pack, and he's brought down deep in technician territory. King's sensational sophomore signal caller Dante Moore had a day. Didn't take him long to get warmed up. Lynn Weichel also came up big time with 9 grabs. This TD reception put King up 6-0, and it remained that way into the second quarter. King back with the ball and backed up in their own end on 3rd down, and Moore loses the handle. It will be picked up by Cass, and the technicians in scoring position for the first time in the contest. CT sophomore Leishon Mumfield making his first varsity start at quarterback, and almost disaster as the ball pops out of his hands, but Kobe King, cool and collected, bulls his way into the end zone. The Penn State linebacker commit with the touchdown. Back came the Crusaders with under 3 minutes to go in the half. Jalen Reed with a burst of speed out of the backfield. King had a 5-point lead as both extra points were missed. It was 12-7. 2:34 left before the break, and that's when Kobe King's twin brother Kalen King made his presence felt. Receives the bubble screen, blows past the defense, 75 yards to the house, no one in his zip code. This would be just the prelude to his grand finale. Technicians led 14-12 at intermission. No two ways about it. King embarrassed Cass a year ago, 47-7. Crusaders kicked it back in gear on its first drive of the second stanza. Moore to Weichel, perfectly in stride. He is logged on to the Gone Network. 87 yards to pay dirt. Moore then hit Justin White for the conversion. Moore went 18 of 29 for 281 yards and 4 scores. It was a 2014 ball game. But the technicians drove the ball down to the 1-inch line when running back Alvin Hosdup powered his way in. And after a bad snap on the failed extra point, it was a 20-20 game with under 3 minutes to go in the third. But the Moore to Weichel combo wasn't done. 55 seconds left in the quarter, and Weichel going back to work. This one for 50 yards. Weichel with 189 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. The junior with offers from Kentucky and Syracuse, no doubt more to come. But Mumfield always had an answer a little over 10 minutes to go, airing it out into the hands of Kalen King. 41-yard score, 315 yards and 3 touchdowns for Mumfield in his debut. Cass back on top 27-26. But Moore and the Crusaders continued to move the rock. Moore with the pass on the money to Weichel, and once again, King in striking distance. But that's when the technician defense boldly stated, no more. Inside the 10, this is 4th down, and Damani Hendricks can't get enough. Turnover on downs. Under 2.5 to go, Mumfield and Kalen King had one more connection left in him. Like his brother, a Penn State defensive commit, King's offense was the linchpin. Just 4 catches, 3 touchdowns, this one from 54 yards out. Under a minute to go now, and King once again in the red zone. This is 4th down, and the CTD came up big again. The senior Jacob Taylor breaks up the pass attempt, and that was all she wrote. In a 3-hour-plus affair, Cass Tech defeats Detroit Martin Luther King 34-26.
You already know. First dog at home, 1-0.
I'm happy that we got the win, but I'm not satisfied because I know we still got a bunch more weeks to go. We're trying to win the state championship. We're not through right now, so this is just a stepping stone, and we're gonna take this and run with it. Hey,
where my squad at? Get the MP, where my squad at? Get the MP, where my squad at?
Hey, what a great show. Thank you so much for being a part of it, Michigan. Let us know, hey, future games in any sport you'd like to see us cover right here on State Champs. And by all means, send us your clips by downloading our free app. You just might see it on this very program. Have a great week, Michigan, and stay safe. State Champs Michigan's high school sports show is presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics. For everything LTU, visit ltu.edu. You can recruit yourself to any of Lawrence Tech's 27 collegiate athletic teams by visiting ltuathletics.com. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA. And by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.